Hello everybody. Today I want to quickly explore another Ford product of a 2003, which is a Jaguar, and this particular one is X-Type, which I believe at the time was one of the cheapest Jaguars you can get. It wasn't, you know, very exclusive or super desirable, but it was unique enough where people could possibly, you know, pay for this little badge here or this little badge here more than, let's say, you know, like this other Ford product from 2006, but it's shared a lot with 2003 version, which is this thing, and obviously town car of that era. And I'm not suggesting that, you know, that it shares a lot with a town car, but what I am suggesting is that it has a lot of Ford type of components inside, which it is unlocked, so I'm lucky enough on that, and we will take a look at it. So first of all, if you're gonna have a Jaguar, might as well have it in this color, because it is, you know, very famous Jaguar color. This thing, I mean, it's what, probably the size of a Taurus, I'm guessing. So it's not very big, not very luxurious either, but it does have a few unique bits and pieces here and there. Like I do like this little, you know, cat eyes type of layout. Also, look at this. See how this little chrome strip kind of wraps around? I mean, it does have one of these side marker things. Well, it's kind of similar. I know a lot of cars have that, so I'm not trying to draw too much parallel, but it does have a similar strip right there. And I should have probably parked closer, but it's okay. Let's see, fog lights. Yes, it does have fog lights, so that's good. It does have some, you know, some power lines or whatever, the hood power, I don't know, what would you call it? Folds. All right, moving down here. Reminds me of Buick rims, actually, that I had much later on than this. But, you know, they're not curved. They do have a little growler. You know, they have the leaper and the growler, so that's the growler. Although I've never seen a brand that has two different logos. Like, if you're gonna do a leaper, why don't you just stamp a leaper everywhere? If you're gonna do a growler, do that. But, you know, they tend to, you know, they tend to switch things up. So when it's more convenient to do the growler like it is on these center things, then they do that. All right, a lot of rust. Obviously, it's a 2003. It is a Jaguar. Jaguar hasn't been, you know, very famous for having very good quality in general. And also, oh, check this out. So this is nice. So it has the backup sensors, which this piece I just touched it and it's moving quite far back. So look at this. So in 2003, because a town car had those sensors that protruded, this thing has it. Now, once again, I'm not saying that it's because of the town car, but it's definitely from that era, and it is Ford probably sourced. All right, so it's got the 2.5, so it's got the smaller, I think, of the engines. I do have the dual exhaust for that sporty appearance. Nice little chrome. Oh, whoops. Oh, okay, I didn't realize that it did that. I honestly didn't even know that this was a button. That's a total accident, but I'm glad I pressed it. And it's interesting, what kind of, okay, what kind of trimming is this? Like, all right, so you got some elastics here. Okay, all right, interesting. You see, it definitely has a Ford style trunk lighter type of situation. Yeah, like I even see parallels with my 06. Yeah, not very high end, like very thin, I think it's commonly referred to as the mouse fur. Yeah, so there's that. And like I said, I totally didn't realize that this was a button. So yeah, X-Type 2.5 Jaguar. And I don't know if this thing lit up or it lost some of its shine. It's just a black button with a growler kind of a little bit coming out of there. All right, so yeah, so it's got the rust. I'm sure it's got a lot of mechanical issues. I can imagine, but you know, oh, look at this, failing paint, so not a surprise there. Let's see, it's got 99,000 miles according to this, 2003, so not too many miles. All right, well, let's jump inside. Oh, before I do this, look at this gasket. Wow. So check this out. So I bet that this thing leaks water inside, because look at this. This entire gasket dried out, and it's all cracked all along the perimeter of this. Now, this could be just a trim. Keep in mind, I'm not really a mechanic, but no, it's got to have a leak, because look at this. Look at all the crap that's inside there, if you can see it. Look at all the leaves. I'm pretty certain that this thing has similar or same or maybe worse issues that I had with leaks on that thing. I'm pretty certain, because look, it's a similar type of construction. I mean, and it's got the similar type of plastics here, so for sure. All right, well, let's jump inside. It's pretty cold and windy today, so hoping to get out of the elements. All right, so I gotta give it credit for smelling the way it smells. It smells nice in here, not gonna lie. A little bit different stuff here, but nonetheless, you know, you do have a similar twisting type of knob here. You do here, let's see. Oh yeah, okay, so you do pull, so this being a quote-unquote European stuff, you know, you do have the fog lights front and rear. Instead of a scrolly wheel, you have this little circle thing. Now, buttons, yeah, pretty cheap looking stuff. Switches, although, you know, maybe I confused it with another vehicle, but some of the Jaguars had the same type of buttons here that you have on a town car for the lumbar support, the little circle, the really clicky ones. So I thought that this one would have it, but no, this one has a little different style. Stitching, although this is probably not leather. I do love the wood, you know, how they kind of did with the tan interior, kind of a lighter color wood. I like that. You do have power seats, which I moved the seat all the way back. It does have juice to move the seat, but it's not a big car, so you don't have a whole lot of space. Oh, okay, that's what I'm talking about. All right, I have to show you this. And usually I wouldn't nerd out to a button, but this is the button that I'm talking about. This is exactly the same button for lumbar support on a Ford, on a Lincoln Town Car. Now here it's stuck in a better place. Maybe that's the luxurious end of it. But yeah, that's the button. So a lot of these Jaguars had this type of button here. So I'm surprised to see it, you know, not being here. All right, you got the Jaguar so plate here. Essentially the color actually shows a lot better here. On this portion, like here, like you can actually still see some of the shine. Look at this. You do have some rust on the seat rails, although not as bad as I thought it would be. But like I said, if it doesn't have this problem now with the leak, I'm sure it will have in the future. I do love the dash, but also it does remind me of a town car. Now I don't know who designed which, you know, when, but this whole line, outline and this kind of slab of wood, yeah, pretty reminiscent of this. Although I do wish that the town car had this component also in wood. Yeah, these stalks. Okay, this is like the Ford Focus territory. I actually remember these. Yep, this is from Ford for sure. This steering wheel, because it is an 03, so it does have the top and bottom. It's weird how they kind of decided to integrate it. Now, this pad is also falling off. But look at also here, the wear and tear. Very similar. That's actually what I'm having right now is on this side. It's discoloring and it's really rough. That's exactly how this thing is. Now, here it's on both ends. All right, cruise control, some of the buttons here. I can't think of them being pulled from Ford, but I'm sure some of it, like the whole steering wheel design is. Looking inside, you do have heated seats, just a, you know, on-off type of deal. Fan, okay, so these buttons probably, you know, unique. I haven't encountered them, but still, I'm sure there's a Ford technology in there somewhere. All right, ashtray, nice. The wood is actually cracking here. Uh-oh. That's weird. All right. So first of all, it's beeping from that speaker. But what is it trying to tell me? That I have to put my foot on the brake? No, still doesn't. Okay, anyway, like here, I almost wish that this knob would transplant itself on the column shifter of my car. Like, I'm not gonna take it, but look, it comes off. Look, Now this is actual piece of wood. Look at this. This is real wood. It's cracked. It's all like the lacquer or whatnot is all cracked. But yeah, this thing what needs to be bolted on here, like exactly. I know it's not as easy because here is just it's a threaded thing. But on the town car there's a button in there. But yeah, but I wish that it would just something more substantial. Yeah, I don't know why it's beeping. Like what is it trying to show me, and why is it beeping from there and not from this speaker? Who knows? Who cares? All right, cracked a little bit here. You got that J shifter. You have the S mode, whatever. You have a very stylish cup holder, which is very simple, and chrome is peeling. I'm not sure if this is a coin holder or what is this light does, or if it is indeed a light. You do have the world's tiniest armrest storage. Yeah, it's very tiny. And I don't know, okay, that's just a cigarette lighter, which is odd. Why is it here and why is it like that? But who cares? Seats are definitely European. They're not as soft as cushy than on a town car or on a Ford product of that era. So it's definitely sporty. Now look at this here. That's a button that I recognize from my town car, and I'm pretty certain that the sunroof is very similar as far as like how it works and like the part number from a Ford sunroof of that era. All right, well here you have just standard. I'm surprised that these are not cloth covered. These are just plastic. Alrighty, so there's that. Glove box, anything interesting in there? All right, got some books. Got some books here. Jaguar directory. Okay, don't care about that. All right, manual. Here you go. Driver's Handbook, X-Type, with a growler, once again. Let's see, is it color? Nope. Oh, and it looks like these things did have an option for a navigation system, which oh, look, it is in color. So, all right, I stand corrected. So, someone's telling me that was probably Ford technology as well. Gauges are nice and unique with that green background, so gotta give it credit. You know, they tried. They definitely tried. But I do see a lot of bits and pieces from Ford here and there. Also, like some of this quality too. Like they try to do some styling cues, like a line, but that's just fake molding. Also, the color here, look, that's just painted stuff, and it's painted pretty bad. Like you could see where the paint, I don't know if it was dipped or sprayed or however they did it, but you can see a definite distinction because it was painted. I don't see a lock and unlock button anywhere here. Like a power, power lock and unlock. So I'm not 100% sure. It's not on here. It's not anywhere in the dash. It's weird that the heated seats are next to, blinkers, which does give it a nice clip. All right, well, let's explore. Let's explore back here. Kind of check it out, and we'll go home. All right, no air vents. Got a tiny little ashtray there. Armrest. See anything fun in here? Nope. Cup holders. Oh, leather. Yeah, leather is kind of tough. Like, I don't get it. No sill plates here. No nothing. Just this little slab of wood. So I do believe that these things were kind of priced high when they were new. They definitely try to sell on the whole branding thing, and obviously unique sheet metal. Not discounting that, but overall I think there's way too many simplified, kind of cheaper components in there, and materials are not that good, where stuff is probably leaking and cracking, and maybe a lot of those things that I've covered are not working. All right, everybody, it's an interesting look at a Ford Jaguar. We'll see you next time.